What's up, amigos? Do you want to learn how to create kinetic text animation and turn them into GIF? In this easy and quick After Effects tutorial, I'll show you the basic structure to start creating your very own kinetic text animation, how to export as a GIF, and where you can download my template mogarts. So stick around and watch. Let's go to new composition and create a new comp 512 by 512. We'll make it 12 frames per second and a duration of 2 seconds. Hit OK. Hit Control Y, Command Y, and let's create a solid layer. And I'll give it this Miami blue color. Let's go to the text tool, type in your text. I'll type in amigos, and I'm using the bubblegum font. Now let's align this. Let's go ahead and align this right in the center. And to create this kinetic text animation, I'm going to show you the fundamental structure that drives the animation. Now, the presets that I created, it really takes it to the next level. It's a lot more complex, but nonetheless, this fundamental should at least give you a good starting point. So let's go to the text layer, drill down, and let's go to the per character animator. And let's start with one of the transform properties. In this case, position. Let's click on it. And let's go to the range selector, drill down, and make sure that your CTI is at the beginning at 0. Go to the offset, click on the stopwatch to add a keyframe, and let's make this -100. Now let's move forward to 102, and let's add a keyframe and make this a value of +100. Now let me move the CTI right in the middle, and let's play back. Let's see, it's not doing anything, and that is because we need to adjust the position, which is right here. Now, if you adjust the first value, that will move it to the left or to the right. Let's undo. If we adjust the second value, it'll move it down or up. So in this case, let's move it down to 150. And now let's check it out. Now, it's working, but it doesn't look great. And we can fix it with one simple thing. Let's go to advanced, and we'll change the shape. Let me move this up so you can see it. Go to shape and switch it from square to round. And now it's a lot smoother. Perfect. Now, if you want to add more transform properties, you can go back to the animator, go back, for example, scale. We can unlink it. Let me move this right in the center, and we can adjust the scale along the X or the Y. Let's make this 50. Let's play back. Nice. Now let's move the CTI right at the last keyframe. Hit N for November to trim the work area. Let's play this back. And notice that at the end of the animation, it's a little abrupt. Now what I'll do is I'll go to the comp settings, Control K, Command K. I'll switch it to 24 frames per second so you can see it better. And now you can see that, yes, it's a little abrupt. We can smooth it out. So what we'll do is we'll go to our text layer, go to animator, go to the range selector, go to advanced, and go to ease low. And we'll increase this to 100%. Now let's check it out. And you can see that it's a lot smoother at the end of the animation. Now go back to the comp settings, Control K, Command K, and we'll switch it back to 12 frames per second. Now let me show you how to give it that 3D look. What we'll do is let's go to our text layer, go to layer pre-compose, and I'll type in text pre-comp, and we'll move all the attributes into the new composition. Let's make a copy. Control D, Command D to make a copy. The first layer, let's hide it for now. We'll bring it back in a minute. Let's go to the copy, number 2, layer number 2. And what we'll do is we'll go to Effect, we'll go to Blur and Sharpen, and let's add CC Radial Blur. Now for the type, let's switch it to Fading Zoom. And for the amount, let's put in a value of -100. Now what we can do is we can play with this value of the center. We can use this little gizmo and just play around and give it the 3D extrusion that you want. Now it's not looking good. We'll do two things to make it better. Number one is, let's go back to effect. We'll go to generate and we'll go to fill and we'll add a color black. And if we zoom in, you can see that it's faded, but we'll fix it with this hack. So this copy, what we'll do is we'll go to layer and we'll add a layer style. We'll go ahead and add a stroke. Now for the stroke, let's go ahead and make it the same color that we chose in the fill. In this case, it's black, and we can increase the size of the stroke. And let's bring back our original layer. And that is the hack, amigos. If you want to change, for example, the direction, you can go back to the CC radial blur, and for the center, you can go ahead and change it to whatever direction you want. Feel free to add any texture. One of my favorite textures is this one. This is a free texture. I'll put the link where you can download this. And if I add it to my comp, what I'll do is S for scale, I'll scale it down, and we need to get rid of the black. So we'll go to effects and presets and type in unmult, and we'll drag this preset. Let's add it to our texture, and there you go. And if you want to add a color, simply go to effect, generate, fill, and you can give it any color. You can make it black, you can make it the same color as your text. To render this, Control M, Command M to add this comp to the render queue. Let's go to output module. We'll go to high quality. Now, if you want to render out a transparent version, what you would do is go to high quality with alpha. Give it a name and then hit render. Open your rendered file in Photoshop. You should see the timeline. If you don't, make sure that you go to window and timeline is selected. We can play this back just to make sure that it's looking good. When you're ready to export as a GIF, go to file, go to export, save for web, and let's switch it from JPEG to GIF. Now, a GIF can hold up to 256 colors. Now, when you select the maximum, you can see the size is 654 kilobytes. So what you can do is you can play around with choosing less colors, and it should drop the file size down. In this case, maybe I can get away with just using 16 colors. You can see that if you use less colors, it's a little more jagged. So this is something that you might have to experiment. And if you want transparency, if your file has transparency and you want a transparent GIF, make sure that you check transparency. In this case, I don't. And for looping options, you can make it loop once or forever. And once you're ready, go ahead and hit save. And that, amigos, is how you can create a text GIF. Now, if you're looking for a great preset to just type in your text, change your font, colors, and animation, definitely check out my kinetic text Mogart. I'm putting a link in the description. And amigos, remember that life is truly a gift. Make it count.